Hey y'all, Rick, Fearless, Strokers Dallas, Strokers House, Punch Wally Garage, Fearless Services. Good morning. How you doing, all right? That pause is for you to answer. Today is Thursday, November the 13th, 2025, year of our Lord, season number 3, episode number 317. The weather in Dallas, Texas today is sunny. I think it's in the mid to upper 50s out there now at 2:30 a.m. And the high for today is going to be pushing 80. Sounds good to me. Let's go. In My Life, the 365 Project, coming to you almost live from almost downtown Dallas and the powerful CHUMP studio. Today's show is brought to you by Reliable Diamond Tool. That's ready2.com. REDITOO.com. Check them out for concrete and masonry working tools. Also brought to you by Simpson Motorcycle Helmets. If you got a $100 head, you should wear a $100 helmet. But if your head is priceless, like mine, you should wear a Simpson. They are the best. We are a dealer. StrokersDallasMerch.com. Spire, S-P-I-R-E, ConstructionInc.com. They are a full-scale residential general contractor. Anything from your roof to your floor, your heating, your air conditioning. What you got? SpireConstructionInc.com. Tell them I sent you. Maverick Harley-Davidson, Longhorn Harley-Davidson, the official Harley-Davidson dealers of Strokers Dallas and Strokers Ice House. Check those fine folks out. But right now, shut off that ugly news and let's me and you take a nice, leisurely stroll down that old memory lane. Today, the Mr. Peabody Wayback Machine goes back to 1976. So in 1976, I went to work for my great uncle at Roach Paint Company, downtown Dallas. Roach Paint was a Dallas-based paint company that made paint for contractors. Retail too, but we sold a lot of paint to contractors. So I started working in the warehouse. And I'm a lifelong asthmatic, and my great uncle didn't want me in the warehouse. He said it's too dusty. He wanted me to go to the Arlington store and work. Yes, sir. Went to the Arlington store. They hated me. Why did they hate me? They hated me because I was the old man's nephew. That's what they would say. That's the old man's nephew. He's a spy for the old man. Worked my tail off. That was the most unorganized, unethical business practice I'd ever seen out there at Arlington. They were bringing women in, not their wives, other women. They're bringing booze in. They had these card games going on. You got to figure this is the mid-70s, 1976. There was a lot of drugs. Drugs back then meant, like uppers and downers and marijuana. I told my uncle. He sent his hatchet man down there and just raised heck with them. They knew it came from me. At 90 days, you get a raise. So the guy that didn't like me pulled me in his office and he said, it's 90 days. You've been here. I'm obligated to write you a review. Do you know how it works? And I said, yes, sir. I'm making $3 an hour. After 90 days, you go up to $3.25. He said, you're not doing so good. I'm only going to give you a dime. You'll go up to $3.10. I almost lost it right there. Almost hit the guy in the head. It's not me, but I felt like hitting the guy in the head. I almost quit. And I thought, I'll pay these guys back. I'll let my Uncle know. I let the management downtown. We were downtown Dallas. The warehouse and the offices were. I'm gonna cook these guys goose. And I worked there for a few more months, and then I just went back to the warehouse. Because they had told me if I ever wanted to come back to the warehouse, go back to the warehouse. I went back to the warehouse. My uncle called me, and it was the only time he ever yelled at me. He called and he said, "What are you doing at the warehouse?" And I said, "Oh, you know, I gave you all the info on what they're doing in Arlington." I said, "That's just not a good place, and I'd rather work at the warehouse." And he yelled at me, you know, "Hey, I sent you to Arlington for a reason. You want to work at the warehouse, you work at the warehouse." Which I did. I worked at the warehouse, and I liked working at the warehouse. And we'll continue on that story, okay? Let's check that. Woo, you got those Woolriches on, man. They're yellow and black. It's like a bumblebee. Yeah, and they're one eye down, double knotted for safety. These are, you know it now, say it with me, these are some handsome Chucks. You want to check the office? Yeah. It's Alice. See how pretty she is? Makes me very sad. Okay, love you, Alice. She knows I love her. I say it every single day, multiple times. What was Grandma Goldie doing 76 years ago today? November 13th, 1949 was a Sunday. Grandma wrote, "We went to Sunday school. We ate dinner," that's lunch, "with Mother and Dad. It was a pretty day." Dad joke, "I'd love to help you out." Which way'd you come in? Get it, help you out. Which way'd you come in? I'm going to help you out. Some of these dad jokes you just got to think about a minute. Everything I say, you just got to think about it for a minute because there's hidden meanings in there. Kind of like the Beatles when they would write songs. There's hidden meanings. Get off the couch, a motivational minute. If you can't do great things, do small things in a great way. True. You know, I think the older you get, the harder it is to do great things. I had a couple in the last week, I've had a couple of my old riding buddies come in. They're both older than me. One's by 5, 6 years. One's by 10. They don't get around so good. So you can't help but think, I mean, these were guys I rode a lot of miles with. So you can't help but think, is that me in 5 or 10 years? Nobody knows. So while you're able, live your life. Do your thing. Make yourself happy. Make your family happy. Today is Thursday, so that's trivia over at the bar. It's always a good time. Check out my bikes for sale. I have 6 bikes for sale that the proceeds go to the Texas Scottish Rite Hospital for Children. You'll see them on there. They've all got custom paint, custom bikes. They're all Harleys, except the Victory and the Big Dog. All right, listen, I got to go. I got what is today? Thursday things today. They must be done. But remember, there ain't no place like this place. So long for now. Love you, Alice. Bye, y'all.